Dead Horizon, Part 2, Dust and Diesel. Act 7, The Long Road, South. The five who left Elkridge made it as far as the Oregon border before the snow gave way to cold rain and broken highways. Tim drove, eyes fixed on the asphalt split by roots. Gus sat shotgun, mapping detours with grease-stained fingers. In the back, Alex slept in bursts, his hands still wrapped where glass from the dam had cut deep. Uriah and Caden kept lookout through shattered windows, rifles propped on their knees. They followed the old I-5 corridor through ghost towns that smelled of rust and mildew. Every few miles, bodies were nailed to signposts, warnings from other survivors. Turn back, water kills, eat lead, not each other. Gas ran low near Salem. The truck wheezed into a half-collapsed rest stop. That's where they heard the guitar, a soft, clumsy tune, half-hummed, echoing through the fog. The guitarist turned out to be Matt, maybe 30, mud up to his knees, strumming on a cracked six-string by the fire of a burning trash can. He wore a paramedic jacket like Alex's but older, faded to gray.
I thought I was the last one left. You heading south? Don't. Portland's a grave.
He told them about a rumor, a caravan moving east into Idaho, trucks, generators, even a doctor. It sounded impossible, but impossible was all they had left.
East it is.
Matt joined them. He knew first aid, patched Gus's infected finger, and for the first time in weeks, someone laughed. For one night, they felt human again. In the morning, they found tire tracks heading east, 2 sets, fresh. The tracks led them to an overturned semi on Route 26. Beside it, 3 men. Greg Fowler, built like a bulldozer, face hidden behind welding goggles. Declan, thin and jittery, a mechanic's jumpsuit tied at the waist, and a man with Ploch painted in white on his vest, who greeted them with a grin and a baseball bat covered in bottle caps. Don't shoot. We ain't sick, just broke. They'd lost the rest of their convoy to a bridge collapse and were scavenging diesel. Tim offered food. Greg offered muscle. Within an hour, the two groups merged. They rolled east in 2 trucks, one limping along with a bent axle, the other belching smoke like a furnace. It almost felt like a moving city. Gus tuning engines, Pla telling jokes, Declan muttering calculations under his breath, Alex sleeping against the window while Caden hummed. For a week, the road stayed quiet. The Santiam River Bridge was the last standing route across. Steel girders groaned under the weight of both trucks. Halfway across, they spotted movement ahead, a lone figure waving a flashlight. Help! Please, they're coming! The figure, James, ran toward them, bleeding from the shoulder. Behind him, shapes emerged from the fog, fast and crooked, infected.
Gus, keep the engine hot.
Gavin would have covered them, Tim thought, but Gavin was gone. Now it was him and Uriah on rifles, Alex dragging James into the truck. Declan tried to start the second truck. The axle shrieked, then a sharp crack.
Everyone off the bridge!
Caden's truck made it across. The second didn't. Declan and Plo were still on it when the steel gave way. Tim saw Plo dive, pushing Declan toward the cab just as the bridge sheared in 2. The fall swallowed them. Silence. Then an explosion below, the diesel igniting in a white-orange bloom. No one spoke for a long time. They camped by the riverbank that night. Rain hissed on the coals. Alex tried to sleep, but James, the man they'd rescued, kept shaking. His wound was deep, black around the edges. "What bit you?" Alex asked. James stared into the fire. Wasn't one of them. Something else. Bigger. His eyes rolled back, and he collapsed. Alex pressed fingers to his throat. Nothing. They barely had time to breathe before his chest jerked. "Tim!" James snapped upright, skin blistering, mouth full of black bile. Gus fired, point blank, blowing him backward, but what spilled from the body wasn't blood, it was moving. Thread-thin worms, hundreds, writhing toward the damp soil. Uriah poured fuel and lit it. The ground sizzled, the worms popping like fat in a pan. No one slept after that. Morning broke pale. The survivors pushed east through the mountains, tension high. Gus drove, eyes red from smoke. Matt sat beside him, quiet, humming the same broken tune from the rest stop. Then the truck jerked, a tire blew. They stopped near an abandoned tunnel. Graffiti reading, "Safe, inside." While Gus and Declan worked on the spare, Matt wandered toward the tunnel mouth, flashlight in hand.
Hey, stay close, Tim shouted. Matt turned, smiling. Just checking for supplies. He vanished inside.
Seconds later came a scream, short, cut off. Tim grabbed a flare and ran in. The tunnel reeked of rot. They found Matt on his knees, eyes wide, chest moving like something was underneath the skin. His flashlight rolled away, its beam catching the wet concrete.
He looked up at Alex. "Don't let it!" The rest was drowned out by the tearing sound as his ribs cracked outward. Something burst from him, thin, long, translucent, like wet glass. It hissed, the air around it shimmering from heat. Tim fired. The flare caught Matt's clothes, turning him to a burning silhouette. The creature shrieked once, then folded in on itself, melting back into smoke.
The fire filled the tunnel. They dragged Tim out, half blind from the light. Rain began again. Nobody spoke Matt's name for the rest of the day. They reached the Idaho line 2 days later. Forest turned to dry plains, snow became dust. The infection had followed the rivers west, but here the air felt cleaner, emptier. Declan fixed what was left of the truck, muttering about building filters. Greg drove with both hands, locked on the wheel, jaw tight. Plu's bat hung from the mirror, scorched from the explosion, but still there, his memory riding with them. They stopped at a gas station half buried in sand. On the wall, someone had written, "Idaho Haven, Bandon Hill Colony, keep moving east."
Caden tore open a can of peaches. Think it's real? Tim looked at the road stretching forever. We'll find out.
Uriah shaded his eyes. Something moved on the horizon, smoke, or maybe dust kicked up by engines. Alex tightened his bandage and whispered, "Either survivors or worse." The sun sank red behind them. The world was still ending, just slower now. They rolled east, tires cutting tracks through powdery dirt, 6 souls chasing a rumor. Behind them, the burned tunnel collapsed inward, releasing a whisper of ash that drifted north, back toward the rivers, carrying something small, unseen, and alive.